The number of events that have changed my mind to conspiracy theories are piling on day by day, especially in the past 5 years. When COVID came, I just took it as a once in a century pandemic, and I followed the rules. I did basically most of the things that I was advised to do, and I dismissed all the talk about Bill Gates being involved in depopulation, the input of IRF, is it IRF chips in our bodies through vaccines, the depopulation thing, COVID being a China virus, like Trump says. And I'm a very scientific minded person because look around me and I see the the advantages of following the scientific method. They're all around you. They're your phone, your TV, all the inventions of the modern world have been a result of the scientific method. So there's a good case to think that way, to believe in the science, like they say. But the things that have been happening for the past couple of years have put a dent in my belief. For instance, let's start with COVID. COVID, the amount of hysteria that we were put through in terms of the shutting of the world, shutting down of the world, everything was shut down for months and months, and in some places up to a year, because they thought that COVID was like some kind of zombie disease that will wipe off the whole population. But the more I dig into it, I'm starting to think of it as more like it was more like a rough fever, a flu. I actually had COVID. It was pretty not terrible, but it was bad. It was more like a very bad flu. And now I understand that okay, they were trying to protect. They were playing it on the safe side mostly, and trying to protect the vulnerable people. But that playing it on the safe side is a cause for concern because there was a lot of not being honest with the people. Because we can understand you playing on the safe side, but you have to be open and honest and give the right information. The mask, the saying that the vaccine would prevent uh, the spreading of the disease. It was all lies. The masks were basically almost useless, and getting the vaccine was not a guarantee that you'd not get COVID. And the most important thing is that they lied about the side effects of the vaccine, how much it would. They were hiding the serious side effects that were there, that were happening, and were documented with test cases. So that in itself, to me, put a dent in my trust in the system because I'm like, okay, if you're lying about that or not telling the truth fully, what else are you lying about? What else am I not being told because I am being safeguarded like a child? Now, I do understand some of the policies that they fabricate because it's kind of treating people like children because the population is more prone to panic if you tell them the full extent of the news. For instance, if they were to discover that an asteroid is coming to wipe out Earth, that telling people that would crush the economy, it will crush the markets, it would create riots, it would create people with a sense of impending doom, who have nothing to live for. So that in such a case, an argument can be made for limited truth telling. But also, it dented my trust because I was like 99% trust. I was trustful of the system that has been put in place that has brought us all these wonderful scientific achievements. And it's not that I'm not that I'm now a full blown conspiracy theorist, but I'm now doing like this. I'm like, I'm I'm wondering what else is there, and then also comes the chip thing because Sweden just is doing a pilot program of implanting chips in in hands. People have actually done it, like thousands of people have done it. So this chip is supposed to like be you can pay with this chip. You can access your phone with a chip. I think you can do a number of things. It acts like your card. It's basically like your ID in microchip form. So that in itself is marketed as the way it was marketed in the article is like it's making life more convenient. You don't have to fumble for your wallet. You don't have to they make it like it's for convenience, but they make it like it's difficult. It takes like 15 minutes to take your card or your ID out of your wallet, when that's not the case. Are we that lazy that we can't do something that takes like 1 second to do? Obviously that's a cop out, right? That's a cop. What's true is actually they are trying to incorporate this into they're trying to surveil the population. It's a mass surveillance plan. They want to control the people. It's easier when everyone it's even easier for the government when everyone is when they're able to track everyone. It's even easier for they're good. They're actually good advantages for it, like for criminal cases, for the police force, keeping everyone in line. The same thing that is happening in China, where they have a social credit score. But also that's the disadvantage, right? You have if you have a benevolent government, you can probably milk the good parts of that. But if what if you come about with a tyrannical government and you have those kind of systems in place, then it turns into some kind of dystopian matrix like situation where you're being controlled and you can be just switched off the system anytime, and access to your money is at the whim of the government. If you are into politics, you are even more trouble because someone will plant some evidence on you and manipulate the system because they have access to your whereabouts. So that is something to think about, especially. And then on the spiritual side, is this the mark of the beast? Is this the 666 that was prophesied about 2,000 years ago? Because if you read Revelation, this is exactly what they were talking about. Is the Antichrist already here in the form of AI? And I remember when I was young, about 20 years ago, I was in church and the pastor said the Antichrist is the computer. That was not even 20 years ago. I think that was 30 years ago when I heard that sermon. I remember I was a kid. I was coming out of Sunday school, and that sermon stayed with me till this day, because he said the number 666 is represented by the word computer. If you take the word computer, turn the numbers, the letters like COMPUTER into uh, their number position in the alphabet, like C is 3 and O, I can't remember what O is, you know, E is 5. Just turn those numbers of the letters and do it, and then add them up. You know what the number that comes up is? 666. That's pretty interesting, right? So these things that are happening, all these the Palantir system in the US that is responsible for AI drones in Israel, in Gaza, and is part of a project for integrating observance of the population by the government. It all is just too eerie. It's too eerie. It seems like it's too much of a coincidence for all these things to be happening, and then uh, you just dismiss them as conspiracy theories. Is it really a conspiracy theory? Are we actually part of a larger project that we don't see? And if you live your life as an NPC, as a character who is switched off from this greater knowledge that is available, you will just be at the whims of other people, of other entities, of other systems that will just play you like a pawn. So I don't know. I'm not yet fully on board with Alec Jones and all those Candace Owens and all those other people who believe this wild stuff. But I this particular thing of the microchip was something that was mentioned 5 years ago, and I was laughing at the person who was saying it. I'm like, bruh, the technology does not exist. It's impossible for people to inject microchip into your system. It does not exist. There's no such technology. And then now it just came to me. I'm like, hell, this technology does exist, and this is a plausible use for it. This is how people, the government is the first one to use most technologies, from the internet to spacecrafts, radio, TV, all the new technologies that you see, including AI. The government is always the first one to use them because they have the resources, they have the power to use it for security purposes, for military purposes. They always try it out. So if you see it inside the the population's sphere of influence, or the population now being allowed to use it, it means that the government has had that technology for years and they've been using it, and now they feel it's safe enough for it to be uh, uh, rolled out to the population. But they already have something that they're doing with it, and it's top secret. A lot of things that they do with it, it's top secret. So I don't know. Right now, there's this situation of of UFOs appearing out of nowhere, especially in the US. And some people are saying those are government aircrafts. Those are advanced propulsion systems that are being tested by the government. And I thought of it. I said, at first, I was like, hell no, there's no technology like that. That's just sci-fi. But now, a part of my mind is starting to think, oh, maybe could be. Maybe they have some kind of advanced technology that we don't know about. We don't. Maybe they've discovered how to manipulate gravity. Who knows? But the problem is, a part of me is scared to become the people I laughed at before. A part of me is scared to become that full-blown tinfoil wearing conspiracy theorist that looks maniacal to others. So I tread with caution, with care, with these issues, but it's worth just thinking about. You know, it doesn't hurt to think about it.